Quick recap here on the jobs report. We came in with 194,000 jobs, which is a big miss compared to the 500,000 jobs that we were expecting. We did have the payroll numbers, the unemployment report, go down to 4.8% from 5.2%. This was mostly because of seasonal adjustments, including a large decline in the unemployment figures for or the employment figures for private schooling and government schooling. A lot less hiring here than expected, leading to a negative number, sort of a drawdown, holding down the jobs report. But either way, no matter where the jobs came from or didn't come from, 194,000 jobs is way less than expected. The average hourly earnings went up 19 cents. That's more than the 17 cents they went up last month. And that works out to about a 7.4% annualized rate of inflation. So this means we're in a situation where we had less jobs than expected, which would be a signal to not taper, but a little bit more inflation than expected on job wages, which is a signal potentially to taper. But this definitely puts the Federal Reserve in a very difficult spot. There is commentary suggesting that this is maybe not a labor shortage situation. This is a skill shortage situation where people have to essentially retool their skills to get appropriately hired by companies. There are arguments that, and this is an argument the Fed has made, there are arguments that maybe it wasn't that we had a Federal Reserve unemployment boost of $300 a month that kept people at home. It was such a common thing. We'd constantly hear it, specifically from folks on the right in the media, that, oh, well, of course people aren't going to go back to work. We're paying them not to work. Well, now we're no longer paying people not to work, with the exception of state unemployment benefits, and we're not really seeing those large wage gains or employment gains. We're missing on these estimates over and over and over again. And so now it does send a very unclear message to the Federal Reserve. And the Fed's probably sitting there like this right now, going, what do we do now? I mean, quite frankly, I'd be confused if I were on the Fed, because you've got this horribly unclear report. It'd be nice if we just had a report that's like, hey, look, we're overheating, taper. Hey, we're not overheating, don't taper. And this report does say we're not overheating, but it does say that inflation is still lasting longer and staying around in a larger form than expected. So, and then now it matters, you've got this Fed dual mandate, stable prices, aka inflation, and you have a jobs mandate, a maximum employment mandate. And so that's the Fed's dual mandate. And so the Fed now in November is going to have to pick. Do we, or maybe they do some sort of gradient, right? They could do no taper, they could do the taper, or they could do something in between, like, hey, we were going to taper harder, but now we're thinking we're not going to finish tapering maybe until the end of 2022. We're going to push everything back a little bit because we're not seeing that employment recovery. Either way, the reaction we're getting in the market is mixed and confused. If anything, it's maybe slightly to the upside because there's more of a chance of less tapering, or like I said, a slower tapering or no taper, but no clear movement to either side. This is a very confusing report. Wish we had some more clarity, but we don't. Bitcoin mostly flat afterwards. The cryptocurrencies generally flat after the report. You've got mostly flatness in the indices, although most indices up about 0.25%. The only cryptocurrency that's really moving, at least that we're tracking here, is SHIB. This right here is where the jobs report was. It was already on an uptrend. Took a little breather here as the jobs report came out, and then when it came out with a miss, we really started seeing a movement here on SHIB again, going from just about 2,200 to about 2,700 right now, obviously in the massive decimals here, but a nice momentum mover right here. So that gives you a recap on what just happened with the jobs report. And so with that said, get up to $70 for free with public.com by going to metkevin.com/public. Get up to $70 in free stocks, and check out the programs down below on building your wealth. Use that Diamond Hands coupon code. I don't actually have the Diamond Hands cup today, but I have a level 99 fire making cup, so it says the same thing. Use the coupon code link down below. All right.